Alright, so we was handing. We about to get into this shit, man. I'm about to be reacting to MTR reacting to just pearly things. I think I tagged him on my last thing about just pearly things. Like I was gonna leave the situation alone, but I seen the clip. We just need to get into how disrespectful motherfuckers be. And like, it's so crazy because it's like, this is the thing I was talking about in my Just Pearly Things videos, like how white people, like, and even like, I don't know how MTR just is left like this. Maybe she was like trying to flirt with him or some shit like that. But it's just crazy how like he didn't see it coming. Like, I don't really get it because it's like, using corporate America. Corporate America has like the most underlying racism like there is. Like no matter how hard you build yourself up, no matter what position you get to, like there is racism. Like a strong, subtle racism. Like, but anyway, we gonna get it cracking. Let's get into this.
Guys, as men in our society, we go through a lot of pain. We go through a lot of struggle. We go through a lot of
Alright, these damn previews is not where it's at.
Another man's mouth. But here we are. You understand me? Now guys, listen, before we get started in the content.
Alright, I'm gonna try to prop y'all up so we can like, y'all can hear my live reaction and shit.
I appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart for all of the love, for all of the support. It means the world to me to continue to make content like this over here and having to build a community as strong as what it is. Secondly, shout out to all the content creators that have reached out to me behind the scenes with ideas of how I can roast these people. Let me also say this, is that I've talked about this on my platform before, that this is not a beefing platform, but to say that I was a bit surprised that my condition was brought up on a platform that's supposed to support men or give advice for men in a joking or a trolling manner is the literal definition of hypocrisy. The
crazy part is you have this man in your studio. You are at the beach with this man in a bikini. How personal could you get with somebody just to have somebody roast him in your fucking studio? Not even really a roast. Like, this nigga has one testicle, is what they're saying. And they're laughing. Pearl is laughing at that joke. First off, y'all don't know what the fuck is wrong with this nigga. He might have told y'all, he might not have told y'all, but the simple fact that y'all make these jokes and laugh at this shit like you didn't have this man in your fucking studio and like, he left amicably. This man just simply made a video saying, Pearl, I can't fuck with you. Like some racist shit was brought up and you had a racist person in your studio. You had a racist man in your studio and didn't check him when it came down to speaking on this whole race shit and pretty much didn't challenge anything the man said. Shit, hold on. I'm trying to set this shit up. Yeah. You pretty much didn't check this nigga on anything. And you pretty much did the same thing you did with whoever made this little slick comment or joke about MTR. You pretty much did the same thing with them. You sat and got all jokey and excuse me. You sat and got all jokey instead of fucking correcting that shit because the respect. You clearly have no fucking respect. And this is a lot of thing with these fucking YouTubers and these people who do certain things to fucking run game on the algorithm to then get these results of massive subscribers and followers and shit. So this is the type of people they be behind closed doors. Let's get back into it.
Definition of irony. but such is life. Now, to catch some people up, in the fall of 2021, I was diagnosed with testicular cancer. Actually, I have a video up on the channel.
I seen all that.
Where
MTR, if you see this, I know all this already. This is why I'm watching.
Speaking about what has happened and
Bullshit.
what will happen going into the future, after which I took about 30 days off to mentally collect myself as I was physically healing through this bout. It was without a doubt one of the most traumatic experiences that I've gone through within my life.
As I bet it was. As I fucking bet it was. This is not something a regular American just has to deal with and gets over.
You guys all know exactly what it is that I'm speaking about. I released that video because I had one goal in mind, and that goal was to save lives. Now, prior to me clicking publish on the I Have Cancer video, I knew that certain unscrupulous people on the internet, those that will troll to entertain themselves, or just haters in general, will stop at nothing to use information like that, especially information that they think that you're self-conscious about, to utilize that as ammunition, to weaponize that information against me. But through...
Alright, y'all. I'm trying to reposition y'all. Fucking ads.
But through that, I chose to release that video because my goal is to help men. And if I have the opportunity to save lives, because I speak about something that's not given enough airtime within this society, then I absolutely will. And I would never take back that decision, especially after receiving email after email from people affected, from mothers and fathers saying thank you because of what you said and urging men to go get their physicals and their screenings. You have saved my son's life. And my response to them is, if I had the opportunity, I would absolutely do it again. All of the hate that I have received, all of the people alleging that I've never had cancer, they can all kick rocks.
Right.
Because I want to deliver value.
The fucking audacity.
At the end of the day. Now, to everybody that's just like, yo, roast them up, bring them to the barbecue. I'm gonna let you guys.
I will rotisserate them up.
This is not gonna be this type of video. Another person that I consulted with and I showed.
Matter of fact, let me pause this motherfucker right quick. First off, Pearl, you built like a second grade school teacher. You built like that one kid at kindergarten that was at the back of the class always snitching on people. That got moved to the front of the class, you really want to pay more attention. First off, you come for money, acting like you know the struggle. And all the black people that be on your shit, they probably be roasting you behind closed doors, but we ain't gonna get into that.
Since I was a little kid, I've always leveraged my pops on how to handle unique situations like this. And of course, he gave me the, when they go low, you go high. So he said, ignore it.
Fuck
Don't even respond.
that.
But then I thought to myself that there's a lot of young...
They go low, you scrape the concrete and come up with an uppercut. Ha booyah!
They're dealing with opposition and they don't know how to handle the situation, or they emotionally react to something instead of logically respond to it. So I want to bring you guys...
Ooh, my bad. I'm high as hell. I'm over here trying to break down some herbals.
Situation to allow me to be happy, chipper, and just go on my day. So I'm gonna utilize this as a teaching lesson, as well as you guys to understand a little bit more about insights regarding me, because maybe I'm tripping, all right? Maybe this is just completely funny, ha-ha, kiki. It's fair game to utilize shame and insults, and specifically a cancer diagnosis or laughing at a cancer diagnosis, in order to exact revenge upon our enemies, right? So in order to understand that, let's understand first the context of the situation.
I'm pause this real quick. This is why I try to explain to y'all why black people need to really start to unify and get their shit together. Because when we got moments like this, or like even like you got a homeboy or some shit like that, and he dealing with a crazy ex-girlfriend or a crazy girlfriend, and like you really care for that motherfucker. It don't even gotta be like you know, some, like a monogamous relationship. It could be completely platonic. But it's like, y'all really need to stick up for motherfuckers so niggas don't keep catching these domestic violence cases and like so people don't just keep sliding with disrespect and getting away with shit that make us look bad. Cause it's like the black community is the only people who really like take disrespect and will keep it pushing. Like everybody else is fighting. What the fuck is up with us? You feel me? And I know a lot of black women out here is with that rah-rah shit. So for y'all to just be all that rah-rah when it comes to relationships, but you can't fight a bitch because she disrespecting some dude, like it's not clicking to me. Because from what I seen during them protests, all the white women standing right in front of us, making sure that the black men didn't get shot, and y'all bitches can't come out for nobody. Where y'all at? Why is niggas getting disrespected left and right? How come there ain't no women standing up to the goofy bitches out here? Why does niggas have to keep handling shit on our own? That's the shit that be pissing me off. But that's in my book. Another conversation for another day. Let's get back into it.
Situation. So here's the long story short version of the situational context. And it's as follows. Just Pearly Things does content with Nick Fuentes. I land in London a month later, unaware that this content was done and did not watch the content before coming into London. I get back from London, the story blows up, and I slowly come to the realization of the gravity of said comments.
This is why y'all need to pay attention to people.
Away from the Just Pearly Things network and platform. Now, before I drop my video entitled Holding Just Pearly Things Accountable, I called Pearl, had a conversation with her,
which you explained in your video.
Publicly distance myself away from her platform, as well as
which you explained in your video, sir.
The footage of the Red Pill Bachelor.
NTR, I'm gonna let you know right now, niggas who fuck with you and we watch you, we've seen the video. We know you've thoroughly explained all this shit to the T. This is why I don't understand how people come up with their narratives, because he completely explained that he called her and he explained that because of what happened and because of certain context within the fucking interview, he wasn't fucking with her. And I made a fucking a whole, I don't think I reacted to it, but I responded to the whole reason behind this even happening. And it's crazy because Pearl saw the shit. Like, I've tagged her on Instagram and the whole shit. Like, she seen it. So we ain't gonna act like she ain't out here watching other people's shit, cause she is. Or whoever runs her page is watching this shit. I'm pretty sure it's her, because there's her and her little fucking her kindergarten school teacher nightgowns and shit that she be wearing and posting on there, her little selfies. Yeah, let me stop. I'm Pearl, my lord. Okay, we getting back into it.
The reason why I chose to do that is because people would still associate my brand towards her if future content was released on her platform. I never addressed that video again on my platform, and even live streams that I've had where people have asked me specific questions, I have chosen to not say a damn thing. I left her alone, I left her platform alone, and I continue to create the content that I wanted to create. But
of course.
Do not buy solar panels if you live in one of these 11 states of America.
Okay, we're not gonna stay here to watch and find out which states. It's too much.
But over a month later, I am now one nut, laugh, bringing up and making light of a man's bout with cancer seems like a disproportional response to me. There's gonna be a lot of people that will disagree with that, but I think that the majority of moral, sane, happy, value-added people, results-driven and oriented people on society would agree with me. So then I asked myself, well, why is the response so disproportional? And it's either A, they're just doing it for views. They're just doing it for clicks. They're doing it to just drum up some drama shit. Maybe the views are declining over there and this is what they got to do in order to stir shit up. Or B, they are genuinely
no jumper.
upset, mad, and angry that I have chosen to distance myself away from them from a platform or a business perspective. It's like she's more mad that I distanced myself away from the platform than I was mad at the doctor for throwing my right nut away. This shit kind of reminds me of some modern woman shit, like you break up with a girl.
So he must have
and in
told them
response,
too much
she keys
information.
your goddamn car. So that's the contextual.
So, MTR, I'm not going to get in your business, but it sounds like there was some flirtation going on. You may have said a little too much in conversation, which is also in my book, how as black men we need to be very careful and mindful of what we say and who we say it in front of. Not just in relationships, which is what I talk about in my book, but also in passing, which is like platonic relationships or friendships or a boss or coworker. In my book, I tell all black men not to shake anyone's hand that you don't know, because you don't know their intentions and you shouldn't trust people. The shit, if you shake some motherfucker's hand and find out that they did you dirty or plan to do you dirty the whole fucking time, you gonna blow. You gonna self-destruct. You gonna fucking crash out. So let's not act stupid. All right, let's get into this.
Environmental situation that I think all men need to understand before responding to somebody. Because when I think of the environment, I just think of, well, it's disproportional response. There must be an emotional factor that is playing into the way that they're choosing to do this. So after the environment and the background gets assessed, the next thing that you have to assess is the people within it. The first person that I'm going to talk about is Pearl's producer, the one that brought up the comment that said one nut. And guys, understand this, is that there is nothing that I've said on my platform in the 1,300 videos that I have on this channel about someone that I would not then say to their face. But men, understand this,
right.
It is not masculine behavior.
I talk about that in my book too.
To say things negatively about someone from the comfort of your monitor. And in fact, meeting her producer in person, he is the exact same type of person that I would expect to punch below the belt, no pun intended. Because certain types of men default to toxic feminine behaviors, such as being passive aggressive and throwing ad hominem attacks, doing sign language, shame and insulting. Because in reality, that man cannot compete with you by any degree and measure of masculinity in reality. So in reality, I think, how can I ever be mad at this guy? Or anything that he would ever say about me, when in fact, I pity him. Once you transition in your mind why certain types of people would undercut or go so low, then it's super easy to remove any emotional baggage that you have towards the way that they treated you. And instead it goes into a logical state of pure apathy. Now on to Pearl for choosing to laugh at my particular situation. Pearl, I have nothing personal against you. I made a business decision because you demonstrated recklessness. And the way that you've handled this situation on that live stream demonstrates exactly why it was a great idea to distance myself from you. Gentlemen, listen to me. Never judge a person, and especially a woman, off of when you up, when you good, when everything is peachy keen, when you got no issues in the world. You need to understand how this woman will treat you if shit just wasn't as good. If you're sick, if you're ill, if you lose your money, if you lose your assets, how will they treat you then? I think many men, especially in Western culture, need to do an experiment, and that experiment is take
Jesus.
but tell your significant other that you got fired or that you quit.
I've seen
and
this.
See how they treat you weeks 2 and weeks 3. You cannot judge a person when times are good. You judge them when they need adversity. And let me also say this. It's one thing to throw ad hominem attacks, which I, always tell you guys on the channel never to do. It's one thing to talk about someone's looks. Oh, look at his eyebrows. Look at his nose. Look at that big nose. Oh, look at his big lips. Look at that beard that looks fake.
I talk about this in my book and all the time to people, it is not okay to throw out ad hominem fallacies. If you don't know what an ad hominem fallacy is, it's when you are not winning an argument, so you make an argument about them. So someone coming up to you talking about, oh, I heard you did this, this, and this. No, but I heard you did this. That's exactly what it is in a nutshell. All right, proceed.
And shit like that. But it's another thing to talk about cancer and to follow up and laugh about it. I think it's completely sick. But she'll probably say things like, "Oh, I'm a bit awkward, guys. I laugh when I'm uncomfortable.
Right.
Guys,
Bitches always
did you
got that
see the
excuse.
original video? It was taken completely out of context." And my response to that is that accountability is kryptonite for the modern woman today. They will never admit to doing wrong, and they will never apologize for their actions. That's why I tell you guys so often on this channel to judge women by not their words, but specifically their actions. Indulge me for a quick second. Let's just switch roles. Let's say that I had a live stream, and let's say I had a female host, and the female host brought up that Pearl is called one breast because she had a previous bout of breast cancer and had to get one of her breasts removed, and I laughed right after that. You know how quickly cancel culture would move in order to disband me from the internet? And my response to that is why is it not the same energy when it has to deal with a man? To have a platform where you say you support men, but to laugh at a man regarding his cancer struggle is like a corn star winning Virgin of the Year. It makes literally no sense. To end off, guys, as men in our society, we go through a lot of pain. We go through a lot of struggle. We go through a lot of shit. But women like Pearl will utilize our pain, hurt, and struggle.
All right, we're gonna end it there, y'all. Long story short, yeah, any female will use anything you say, any of your traumas, anything that you may like be hiding that secret, and you feel like comfortable enough to tell her. A female will use that against you, quick, fast, and in a hurry. All they need to do is get mad, and they're using that as ammunition. So be mindful about who you open up your mouth to, especially these women. But all right, y'all. Peace, love, and hair grease. I see ya.